production. Music production.
What's up, everybody? I'm back in front of you the way I should be. Wanted to get up on here in front of you and wish you some good vibrations and some warmth and sun rays down upon you. We've been having crazy weather all over the U.S. and probably all over the world, and big shouts and love that is going out to all the families and people that are just trying to survive against the tides of the ever-changing landscape and all these different variations and new upgrades and adaptations of things that are taking place and shifting right in front of us. Hats off to all you out there grinding and keeping your head up and you stay smiling. You know, I love to see that, and I love you. Stay focused, stay on your goals. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing now. Right in front of you again. I'm almost at my 100th video, which was a milestone goal mark for me. And very happy about that. You know what I'm saying? And as I reach that mark, I realize that there's more to get to and more to talk to. So I'll probably keep going on certain topics that seem interesting, but I'll probably back away from doing some of the development type topic videos and things like that, and probably go into some more things about music or what I've done with music or whatever, stuff like that. But who knows? I'll just go with the flow, right? Let the river flow, as the wise men once said. So that's what I'm gonna do. And if you're watching this video, please drop me a like so I can show up in this algorithm out here all over, you know, the internet, period, because it ain't just one place or another, it's everywhere. And drop me a subscribe, catch up with me on social media, drop me a follow, whatever, you know, just come along for the ride. I'm a music guy, so first and foremost, I love to connect with everybody on that landscape. First and foremost, I'm a human being. Second foremost, I'm an artist, you know, a music artist. Third most, I'm a small business owner. I have a service. I wouldn't say it's like a business or like a building or anything, like, but it's not a huge operation, but I have a very small mom and pop type of service operation, and love just connecting with people or helping people. And so I'm just doing my part, you know what I mean? And today I thought I was going to have a busier day. I thought I had a lot more to do, but I just had some organization to do, and so I'm all set up for tomorrow. And plus, it's one of the first days we've had without heavy rainfall, which I enjoy and appreciate because I know we need it so much. But it is nice to get some stuff done, as I do work outside with my hands and everything, and so I can't really get too much done when it's slipping and sliding and muddy and questionable and all that kind of stuff. So it is nice to have good enough weather so I can be out here and try to get something done. So that's what I've done today. And I had some free time on my hands, had a few minutes on my hands. So I figured, you know, what better to do than to get with you guys, you know what I'm saying? Get at you, you know? So hats off to all the people that's still going, still striving, you know what I mean? Staying alive, and don't let anything take your smile. I love giving these positive messages out. You know what I mean? I feel like this is the probably only time I'll get to do it that much, and it's a good space for me to do it in. These are my words, not some artificially generated words or whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of weird stuff going on. But also just wanted to go with that good sentiment and keep it on that vibe and that level with that intensity, and talk about not defining yourself by your pain and suffering, but defining yourself by your interests and actions. You know, what do I mean by that? Which is like, if we could simplify the pain and suffering point of view as a victim mentality, right? Like, these things, these experiences happen to you. These incidents took place, happened to you, left their mark on you, as we've spoken about in other videos, you know what I'm saying? We shared, you know what I'm saying? We got down on that, right? So with that, you know, is an issue that you would have to arise if you want to see your life get better and change, you know what I'm saying? And then you have defining yourself by your interests and actions, okay? So this is all about the endless possibility of what can be and what you actually have to work with to make those things happen. You know what I mean? So, and taking responsibility for those things to see them through. So the first one, more on the victim side, right? And these things are happening to you and everything. So it's the pain and the suffering, right, of the things that you go through that might be an outside influence, but it could stick with you internally for quite some time, right? So could be kind of serious, but that's why we want to try to stay away from it, because with that kind of energy, people can have a tendency to wear their heart on their sleeve or their experiences on their sleeve, and then just say whatever is closest to the surface of the skin and start to share things that are internalized with the world. And sometimes we need to be a little bit more cautious and aware of what we're doing when we do that, because you get what you give. So if you give off a strength that communicates in a sense that you got beat down or run out for any particular scenario, and that you keep seeming to have that reintroduce itself to you, is because it's what you're presenting. You're not presenting the true you. You're wearing your pain like a coat. And you've heard, I'm sure you've heard of the term victimizer. You have victims, well, you have another one, victimizer. And victimizers can see that jacket. They can see it in your posture. They can see it in the way that you speak, the way that you make eye contact or don't. They can see it in the way that you react to scenarios, or what are you sensitive to, what seems to affect you. They can see it in your lack of clarity. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to see the road ahead of you because you're so stuck in whatever has happened to you in the past, or it could even be recent, but they can see the replay in your mind as vividly or as clearly from the outside as you can see it from the inside. They can see that you're replaying something and it's affecting you, which will make you vulnerable. And so sometimes it can invite more pain. There are nice people, there are great people, intelligent people that understand this type of power and will reach out to help you. But when in a negative state of only realizing the pain that's inflicted, you're not as inclined to trust. You know what I'm saying? You're not as objective. You're not inclined to be that objective. So you will probably be very exclusive and maybe push some of those people away, or just not know how to deal with what's contained, you know? And so this is why it's very important to be aware of those type of things. I'm not saying anything's ever easier said, easier done than said. I would never fake the funk front, about something like that. But just to be aware, I think helps, at the very least. As an individual, this is why I love to be able to share these things, because, it was taught to me. I'm not the one who came up with this stuff. I call them the old guys, but the old guys came up with this stuff thousands of years ago and more. And I think it's just amazing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad through all the studies too. And I don't just mean ancient stuff either. There's modern education and everything too. But with these things that over the years, I'm able to express myself with you. And I think that's a big thing. So I'm very thankful to be able to do that. But I said in the last video, I stand on the shoulders of giants like the rest of us. And that's what I stick to. You know what I'm saying? So don't get mad at me. Don't question me. Get into your studies. And once you get to that crossroads, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And you'll see it, and to be able to define it in your own way. Not only that, you'll have a lot of similarities because we're all on that same path. You know what I'm saying? So we all see the same things in the end. So we realize what's important and we start trying to connect. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say inform or teach or anything, but we just try to connect. You know what I mean? And I keep it simple like that. I'm a music guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a debater. I'm not all this. I'm not a politician. I'm not a debater. Not all that stuff, man. I'm a music guy, but I love to learn, and that's part of being a decent writer. You know what I'm saying? Is getting into substance so that way you can make something worthwhile for any means of creation. You know what I mean? So and art too, same thing. But anyway, getting off of that divergence. So you got the pain and the suffering of your experiences, and then you have your interests and actions, right? So instead of your actions following the negative imprint and further making things worse and attracting negativity, when you let your actions follow your interests, you'll attract people who have the similar interests. And you'll also learn to go where they dwell at and where they rest at. And so that's where you will probably start hanging out and being at more. You know what I'm saying? And eventually what you'll have is you don't carry yourself like someone without understanding. You carry yourself with more understanding of yourself. And that makes you a whole lot stronger. And you're only focused on the tasks at hand that you would like to see accomplished, your goals, and what you need to do to get to those things and accomplish them. So that's why, and also can express the best rendition or version of you that you would like to see. So if you don't like to see people fly off the handle for like any remark or whatever, or overreact or whatever, so you begin to lead by example, because that's not the person that you would like to see yourself represented as. And that's because you're not going to see yourself as someone who's manipulated by others' opinions or any outside influence that could be laid upon you without the due warranted research, duly noted and respected in regard to whatever the topic or substance may be, at that time. So you don't just blindly go into an emotional fit. Not saying that you don't have emotions, but you just won't blindly go into an emotional fit and just react instead of take action. You know what I mean? And that's what this is all about, right? So you want to be in control of taking your own actions for the right reasons in the right directions, not just to be led down any path that can be corrupted for you to become corrupted or fail. You know what I mean? So, and not saying fail in the sense that failing is bad. I mean failure to the point where it ruins your life. Not constructive failure where you have made a mistake and error and can correct it and move forward and upward, but the things that'll ultimately just take from you until your life force is drained like a vampire and destroy you, right? And there'll be nothing left. So, and it's a trap, because then you'll pass it on generationally too, because everybody will have this, because we already covered, have not, and now you got victim, right? So have not plus victim, oh my goodness, that's some heavy stuff. So like I said, define yourself by your interests and your actions. Do you like happy things? Then be interested in happy things, attract happy things, put out happiness. If the people around you ain't happy people, you might need to find some new people. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say on that right now. But I hope more of us define ourselves by our interests and actions, and not by our pain and suffering, and not by what we have or don't have, but what we like to see come to fruition and what we need to accomplish upon our path and goals. There was like a little bee that went by, and I don't have my hands free to shoo him away, so I had to do a little shake and juke. It was kind of weird. That was kind of funny. But anyway, man, I love y'all. Stay up, stay shining, stay tuned. I got a lot of music on the way, and I love y'all. All right, peace.